Good morning, class, the receiving schools and teachers.
Good morning, Mrs. Watangas.
How are you all this morning?
We are very well, thank you. And how are you this morning?
I'm very well, just like you all. Thank you. You may be seated. Now we are still on the strand better living and the sub-strand making things. Now in the previous lessons, we tried to learn one of the basic stitches that we will be using in the sewing of a pillowcase. Raymond, you can tell us what the stitch is, the name of the stitch that we are practicing in the previous lesson.
The stitch.
The
back stitch.
The back stitch, thank you. If I can have Aloysius, if you can tell us what a back stitch is. What is a back stitch? Or what is it used for?
It is used to sew garments.
Okay, used for sewing where a sewing machine can do, you can sew using a back stitch. Now I'd like all of us to read together our topic and our lesson activities for today. Okay, we have the word observing again there. Can someone tell me what observing is? What will you actually be doing? Messi, what will you actually be doing?
To watch carefully.
Very good. Watch carefully. Here we have demonstration again, the word demonstration again. Observing, we have it once more. Watching carefully. And we also have the word demonstration again for the second time. Violet?
A performance which shows a skill or skills.
Very good. A performance which shows evidence of a skill or skills. And what sort of skills will we be watching carefully to see being demonstrated? What sort of skills? Paul?
Sewing.
Sewing, okay, thank you. Sewing, what type of stitch? Sewing, what type of stitch? Do you want to give us the answer again? Sewing, what type of stitch?
Back stitch.
Back stitch. And the new type of stitch that we will be seeing being demonstrated. Jennifer?
Slip hemming.
The slip hemming. The slip hemming. Now, we have the word hemming. Slip hemming. Slip hemming is one of the stitches which we will be using in sewing the pillowcase. And on the board, I have the definition for the word hemming. Slip is a type of stitch that is used in sewing garments. And I'd like us to have a look at what hemming is. And if we can all read together the definition for the word hemming. Everyone together? No. Okay, hemming is there. Okay, it says sewing of the tanned under of the border of a cloth. Now, these are the borders, okay, examples of borders of a cloth. And here it says tanned under of the border of a cloth. Now, this is actually turning it under. Okay? This. So when we talk about hemming, it's actually sewing of the turned under of the border of a cloth. Now, we have a short, brief note on what a slip hemming is. If I can have all of us to read together what it says about the slip hemming. Okay, slip hemming is used to hold down a folded edge to neaten it, and it is also used on hems of garments. The clothes that you wear, the pairs of trousers you are wearing, the skirts you are wearing, your shirts, the edge of it is hemmed in using one of the hemming stitches, which is the slip hemming. Now we will once again be observing a demonstration on how to do a slip hemming. Now, when we come to every step, you will help to read what it says as I go through the demonstration of how to sew a slip hemming. The first step to how to sew a slip hemming, I'd like all of us to read together. Says double fold the raw edge. Now here we have another word that says raw edge. Raw edge. It says double fold the raw edge. The definition we have on the board. Okay, we'll all read together raw edges or raw edge. What does it say? Cut by scissors. Okay, border of a cloth cut by scissors. Now, this is the border of this piece of cloth I have, and this one has been cut by scissors, so that is actually the raw edge. I have two raw edges, one on the right and one on the left. So the first step says double fold the raw edge. Now, actually the edge I won't be using the raw edges, the ones that are cut by scissors. Instead of that, I will be using the bottom part just to demonstrate to you how it should be done. Okay, here we are to double fold the raw edge. Now it's not folded, so I am going to fold it. Double fold meaning folding it twice, 2 times. Okay, that's the first fold. Then I fold it again the second time. So the fabric has been double folded. Okay, our piece of cloth has been double folded, the first step. Let's see the second step. What does it say? Read together.
Keeping a double stitch on the edge of the hem.
Okay, begin with a double stitch on the edge of the hem. Now, that is the edge of the fold hem. And I am to do a double stitch. Now I'd like you to watch carefully. Our needle goes from above down, picks up this fabric underneath, and it comes up and I'm going to pull it through. I'll go back to the starting point, go the same way underneath, and come up where the thread is. First stitch made. I'll go back to the starting point again, come the same way underneath and up to where the thread is for the second stitch to make a double stitch. Okay, that's my double stitch to begin with. Now let's look at the next step. What does it say?
Slip the needle and thread through the folded edge for 1 centimeter.
Okay, so I am going to slip the needle through the folded edge 1 centimeter. My needle is inside where the folded edge is. Let's read together the fourth step.
Pull the needle through the fabric and make a hem stitch by picking up the single fabric just below the folded edge and then passing the needle through the folded edge.
Okay, that's quite a long step to take. Now I'll just go through it slowly. Pull the needle through the fabric and make a hem stitch. Okay, pull the needle through. I'll have to pull it through the folded edge. And I will pick up the single fabric under the folded edge. Then it says, then pass the needle through the folded edge. Now, when I pick up the single fabric under the folded edge, I will go through the fold again. From there it goes through the fold. And it is now through the fold. Now let's see what 5 says. Step 5 says.
Continue in this way with a slip of 1 centimeter and then a hem stitch.
Okay, so we are going to continue that way. My needle is now in the folded hem. From there, I'll go down, the needle goes down, picks up the single fabric below the fold, and comes up, and it is passed through. From there, it's passed through the folded edge again, and we pull it through. Okay, watch again as I go through. Go through the folded hem, go down, pick up the single fabric, and the needle comes up, and you push it through. Pull it through. Then we go through the folded edge again, go down to the single fabric below, pick it up, okay, we pull it through, then we go through the fold again, and that is how we will go until we come to the edge of whatever we are sewing. Now let's see the last step. What does it say?
Finish with a double stitch.
finish with a double stitch. Now double stitch, from there, the needle comes above the folded hem, goes underneath and comes up where the thread is. And it's pulled through. First stitch made. We go back the same way. At the end of that stitch, goes underneath and comes up above where the thread is, and it's pulled through again to make a double stitch. Now, so we are beginning with a double stitch and finishing with double stitch. Now let's look at our activities. Let's read together what the activity says. By 10 centimeters, your needles threaded. Now actually it is what we have been doing in the previous lesson. We are doing the same again as we are going to be sewing samples. Now, if you have already cut your piece of fabric, then you can go on to threading your needles, but if you haven't, you have time to cut your piece of fabric 15 centimeters by 10 and get your needles threaded. You already have your skirt. Some of your friends are not in yet. Somebody is not here. Or Nigel. You have to get them done quickly, okay? So we can. Or you're already doing your first step. Okay. And then you can use the pin, maybe 2 pins to hold it down. Now I see that you are all prepared and ready. All your fabrics have been already cut. Your needles have been already threaded. Now, so here, second activity, we are to practice sewing the samples of a slip hemming as we go through the steps. First step, you are to double fold the raw edge. I'd like everyone to do that. You have pins there. Your pins are there. Now, once you have double folded the raw edge, I've given you pins. Those pins are to help you to hold the folds down. You can use 2 or 3 to pin your folds down. Yeah, you use it. You spin like wood. Thank you. Okay, like Shane has done, to help you, you pin your double folded raw edge so it doesn't give you problem when you are working on it. That's what Shane has done. If you can do that, double fold, use the pins I've given you to pin them down so it doesn't open up and give you problems. Okay, we should have all finished that. Oh, that's nice. Now, a second step, it says begin with a double stitch on the edge of the hem. Let's all do that. Begin with a double stitch at the edge of the hem. You already folded this, you're still doing it. triplet? Oh, you like using triplet? You are to begin with a double stitch at the edge of the hem. Let's see who was started. You're still looking for your piece of fabric, huh? Did you bring it along with you? Do you have any piece of fabric to help your friend with sewing? Huh? Messy, yeah. Messy? Sorry, Maida, can you help somebody there in group 1 with a piece of fabric? Our friend there. Yeah. Yeah. If you can help her with a piece.
Okay, tell this one so isn't
Yeah, just a piece, just a piece. Don't worry, we won't cut big one. Yeah. What's it? Do you have a sister there? Yeah. Yeah, from the top down. Same. And no, at the edge of the, what here?
Oh, there.
Down and bring it up like that and pull it out. Let's see. You at the edge of the, what, like that. Here and up like that. Pull it out, go back, okay? We'll go. We are trying to see. Okay, you are correct there. Let's see. No. Yes. At the edge of the hem. Here, see? At the edge of the hem, your needle goes through from above, goes through and comes up like that. You pull it through, come to the starting point, go back to where the thread is, pull it through, first stitch made, come back, go up the same way, pull it, second stitch made. Okay, let's see yours. No. Okay, can you see this one as I go through quickly? Sisters? Can I have your sisters? See this as I go through it quickly? Okay. Here. From above the fold, you go underneath, get the fabric underneath, and come up like that, see? Okay? And you pull it. You tie the knot there. You pull it, come to the starting point underneath, and go up to where the thread is, and pull it through, first stitch made. Okay? Come back here, go underneath, come up the same way. Okay? Second stitch made. You have made your double stitch. Okay, then push the needle through the fold. See? And you push it down to where the fabric underneath is and bring it up like that. Pull it through. Okay? Push it through the fold again and push it down to the fabric underneath. Bring it up. And you pull it through. See? And then go through the fold, push it down, bring it up, and then go through the fold, come to the end, you make a double stitch. Let me see yours. Okay, okay, come here. You haven't started yet. Okay, here, see this one. No tying knots, we are making double stitch. Okay? From the fold above, push it down, come up. Okay? Come up. We are already doing steps 3, 4, and 5 now. Okay? And you go back to the starting point, go underneath, come up to where the thread is, pull it, first stitch made, go back again there, go through, come up to where the thread is, second stitch made. So you have made your double stitch. Then you go through the fold, put a needle through the fold, you push the needle down to the fabric underneath, bring it up, and pull it through. Okay? See? And then you push the needle through the fold again, it goes 1 centimeter there, push it down, bring it up, and pull it through. You go like that all the way through. Then push it through the fold, down, bring it up, and then go through the way.
Thank you.
Shade, no tying knots.
No, I'm trying to take the knot off. It got tangled.
Ah, okay. I hope it's your length, arm's length. Okay. Yours is this? Okay, if you can watch so I can go through this quickly. Take this one out later. Here, from above, push your needle down and it comes up. Okay? And you pull it through. Okay. You pull it through. Okay. And come back to the starting point. Go underneath and come up where the thread is. And pull it through. Okay? You have made the first stitch. We come back again to the starting point and go up to where the thread once more. One more time. And now we are making the double stitch. Now, we'll go through the fabric, okay? And through the fold, push the needle down to the fabric underneath, bring it up. We are picking up the thread. And we pull it through. Okay. Got tangled up. Okay. It should be pulled through. Later on, you straighten it. And when you come here, you push the needle through the fold again. See? Again. And you push it down to the fabric below. Bring it up. And you pull it through. Come back. Go through the fold again. Push the needle down. Bring it up. And then go through the fold again. Okay? We'll check on that later. Okay, we will check on this later. Our time is running out. Okay, yeah. So just what? Just leave it like this. After this, we will go together. I'll see you people in the classroom. Okay, yeah. Let's see yours. Yeah, you did it well. Good, okay. But why is it down there?
Like this.
Yeah, good.
And then?
Okay, and then you go through the fold. Here, see. Go through the fold, push the needle down, bring it up, pull it. Oh, one blow you. You walk along platforms. long platumas. See? And then here. Get it on top.
Same then.
Yeah, same way. You go through the fold, push it down. Okay? Push it down and bring it up. Pull it through. Okay, come back here, go through the fold, push it down, pull it up. Okay, I'll see you all in the classroom. Okay, I will see you when I... Let's see yours. Oh, you're already doing it well. Thank you, Paul. Okay, Paul knows. Paul is going to help you. We are running out of time, so I'll see you all in the water. Now you're already doing steps 3, 4, and 5 are all together. You're all doing it together. You're already doing 3. That is to slip the needle and thread through the folded edge. So you are all doing all the steps together at once. And to finish, you are finishing with a double stitch. Thank you. Now if I can have all of us sitting up nicely. Now to begin, in the previous lesson we looked at back stitch and now the slip hemming. There is one particular step that is appearing in the back stitch as well as the slip hemming to begin and to end. What are we actually doing when we begin any stitch? Beginning and ending. Brandon?
Double stitch.
We always begin with a double stitch. Now I'd like someone to tell me why. Why do we always begin any stitches with a double stitch and even end it with a double stitch? Why do we always begin with a double stitch and also end with a double stitch? Okay, Paul?
Because it won't get loose.
Good, so it doesn't become loose and whatever you have sewn, the stitches don't all come apart. Okay. Now we look at our next lesson's activity and I'd like all of us to read together what it says.
Next lesson is
Still on.
sewing samples of slip hemming quickly and correctly.
Okay, which means we still have another lesson to work on our samples on the slip hemming. And this time, students are expected to do them neatly and also correctly. So to our teachers in the receiving schools, you have another lesson. And so if you can help to check that your students have whatever materials are needed for the next lesson, which is still on slip hemming. Now, our resources for whatever we are going through, we have Making a Living Teacher's Guide, Upper Primary 2003. If I can have the class to read for us the next resource. The second one.
Making a Living Upper Primary Syllabus.
And the last one.
Home economics for Papua New Guinea.
Okay, to the receiving school teachers, you get a lot of information on all the different type of stitches in the last resource, which is the Home Economics for Papua New Guinea, Book 1. Now, who can tell me, class, anybody who can tell me what our keyword is? What do you think our keyword is going to be? It's not on yet, but I'd like someone to tell us what you think our keyword is. Yes, Trisha?
Basic stitching on slip hemming.
Good. Okay, basic stitches and the stitches, slip hemming. Very good. And with that, good morning, class, the receiving schools and teachers. Okay, thank you all.